Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you to the AG Aspiration Gaming Cast. I myself, Z Shadow GG, the friendly caster. Everybody knows me pretty decently from my WEA days. But that's it. Enough of that. We'll get to that later. I'm here with my co-host. Okay, apparently he can't speak. He does not know how to talk. But the co-host over there on the left of your screen is my man XL. He's going to be joining me to do the cast. And let me just get him to unmute his mic real quick, and we'll get started up right away. But I just want to welcome you all. We're going to bring this over here, this podcast. I'm really excited for it. I'm really hyped up for it. I guess XL's having some technical difficulties right now. I'm going to let him figure that out. You can't see him. Oh, no, he's here. Okay. You can hear him now. My apologies. A little bit of technical difficulties. But, yeah, this is my man XL, co-host. Awesome guy. So, to start things off, we're going to talk about Season 5. XL, can you hear me? XL, you got to be prepared, brother. You can hear me?
There you go.
Okay. All right. XL, I already introduced you myself. Let's start out with Season 5. Now, I don't know much about the summer tournament. There's like a little bit of some summer tournament issues, but I don't know. Apparently there's a lot of lag and stuff. You know a little bit more about that? Can you specify on that?
From when we were in the chat yesterday, or the day before, I don't specifically remember when. I do remember somebody saying something about the tournament that was hosted specifically by Epic Games, that they were having a whole server issue going on. I don't know too many details on it, but that's basically all I've heard about. That it was just a complete mess.
Yeah, I didn't hear much about it either, because I don't really watch a whole lot of competitive Fortnite, personally. Might be surprising considering I'm a caster for COD, but still, you know, I just don't follow up on it. But let's get on to Season 5. And some really neat things about Season 5. Personally, some favorites of mine. I like the introduction of these rifts. These are pretty cool. I have been caught in like 3 or 4 different gunfights in these occasions in Season 5, and I'll just rift out of there. It's so much like easier than just like jump padding or launch padding, and I love it. I love it. And then the new SMG is pretty good. I like the new SMG.
Personally, from what I like about the game is just how they were able to. I wasn't sure, other than the shopping carts, of how they were going to incorporate vehicles into the game. I thought maybe that was a little bit too much, just considering the map size or just how the mechanics of the game works. But I'm actually really surprised on how they did it, and I actually enjoyed a lot in what they did with it. The game just feels so much smoother. I don't know what it is between Season 4 and Season 5. I enjoy playing the game more. I guess it's probably the hype and like the tweaks they have made to the game itself and to the weapons, and how easier it is. They made it for other people to actually understand the game. That's what I like.
Oh yeah, I agree 100%. There's been like a few updates. If you guys haven't noticed, I missed double shotguns, but I was gonna specify on shotguns real quick. It feels like the shotgun shots are actually doing a lot more damage than what they used to, because like sometimes you just hit them in the head and you get that 9. The the absolute mistaking 9 damage on somebody's head, and you just sit there in agony because of how annoying it is when you shoot somebody in the head and you get 9 damage on the person. Recently I've been getting a lot of good connections with the shotgun, so I've been preferring both my back since I don't have double pump anymore. I've been using my tac pump setup, which is really good. If you guys don't use tac pump setup, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, no.
Because I got rid of tac sub, so you can't use the tac sub
exactly.
Shotgun. The tac sub.
What I liked that they did was once again the delays between the shotguns. And just that for the reticle, that it now shows you how your bullet spread or your shotgun spread went.
Oh yeah, I know. I was seeing that my first game on, and I thought it was blood. I thought it was blood splatter, but it's not. It's just hit. It's hit registration, and I was like, did they add blood splatter to this game? Are they getting this game's kid friendly? Like, what are they doing? I was assuming that they would never do that, but no, they added this
Yeah,
this splatter feature of when
and
you
it
see where
seems
your
to
shotgun
be
hits.
that for the tac shot that now that for the tac SMG that now they took out, the new SMG seems good, but if you realistically look at the stats, there's a bit of a difference between the new one and the old one. Um,
Oh
the
yeah,
newer
for sure, for
SMGs, the
sure.
newer SMG is actually just a teeny bit weaker than the tac.
Yeah, I
But I
noticed
do
that.
like it.
It's a lot. It's a
It
lot of a faster SMG still. That's what I like about it. It's
Yeah,
pretty
I
much
also
it's
saw.
pretty much with a suppressed sub without the suppressor. So
Yeah,
it's an MP5, pretty much is what it is.
I also saw like what was it? I was like scrolling through Instagram or through Snapchat, and somebody actually made a story of is Fortnite dying off? Do you believe it's dying off?
No, man, Fortnite's not dying anytime soon. Are you kidding me? That game's way too popular in social media and in like the real world. Like that game has made a break, and I don't know what they like. I don't know what they did personally besides making the game free, I guess.
Right.
But I don't know what they did to just blow up like that. And I mean, I think there's no way it's gonna die.
And I
It's
think the
too
thing is that
popular.
also helped them is that they listen to their audience. Um, like they listen to what we want, to what we like, and then they add all these Easter eggs. And honestly, I guess as a battle royale game, Fort or Epic Games is the first to do what they did with, as of today with what they did with Battle Royale,
Oh
as
yeah.
of like basically like setting some sort of a story or like adding seasons that add hype and different things and elements to the map. Um, I just think they're very they listen a lot to the audience, and that's what catches people and that's what keeps them there.
Yeah, 100%. If you listen to your community, that's what's good about Gears of War. I'm not gonna specify on Gears of War, but personally, the Gears of War community is really, really good with that. And of course, it's Epic Games that controls Gears of War, but
Right.
that's just telling you that Epic Games knows what they're doing, and that's why so many people enjoy their community, enjoy their esports. And I
Right.
don't personally think or see Fortnite as an esports game. It's successful as one right now. It really is.
Right.
But I don't think that Epic Games ever intended for Fortnite to ever be a esports game. And I mean, it's doing pretty good as an esports game.
I mean, let's
So
be
no
real. I don't
falter
think
in
they
me
expected
saying that.
Fortnite to be as big as it is today.
Oh no, there's no way Epic Games expected, a little company in Cary, North Carolina, just expecting to blow up like they did. Like there's no chance that they thought
Yeah,
they'd, and they've made so much money off of the game. Like they
it's
have made it
insane.
easily like millions on millions of
And the
dollars.
thing is, like, people don't understand, like, they don't notice. Like, of course, there's no problem with it, but they're buying skins for like $20, $25.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like,
They're
jeez.
spending like what, $25 on like 1,900 V bucks, how much ever V bucks it is that you can buy for
Yeah,
20 something dollars. That you're not the only one. You're like on top of like hundreds of others of people, thousands of people buying this at the same time and just feeding into that bank of Epic Games. Because like
that's pretty
think
insane.
about the growth from when before like Fortnite was originally the alpha of it is what I'll call it. The alpha of Fortnite, where
Oh,
it didn't
no, it
have
was
V Bucks, it
so
didn't have a
bad.
season, it just had the game. You hop in, get a team, ready up.
Servers are so bad.
Servers were bad, yes, but just think about it. And then they incorporated the V-Bucks system and started being
Mhm.
specific with these skins and stuff and these dances and these emotes. And then pow, the game pretty much from there blew up because of how like how what's the word I'm looking for? How interactive it is,
I
to
guess,
say the
yeah.
least, because they're adding pop culture type dances like the shoot, the dab, and then you got all these other like dances of pop culture,
They
and it's
have the
just
Milliwap coming in.
yeah, they have the Millie Wop, and
Rock. Rock.
oh, is it Rock? I thought you said
I
Mouth.
think.
Is it, yeah? What is it? I don't even know what it is.
Something
I
like
can do it.
that.
I can do it.
Something
I just
along
know
those
that.
lines, exactly.
I can just that's all I know. And then they got that Orange Justice, which I'm pretty sure is the most popular one out of any of the dances in there right now. The one where with the dude with the glasses and whatnot.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, a lot of
And
new stuff. Honestly, that's why Fortnite's so successful in the way it is, because of the community and how they constantly listen about what new. Like Orange Justice was originally didn't win. It didn't get put in the game. It got ignored,
right.
even though it blew up. And then the community, the Fortnite community, was like, "What the heck, man? Where's Orange Justice? This is the best one. This is the
Mhm.
best dance. It should have won the contest." And then Epic Games like, "Oh,
Screw it.
oh, dang. Oh, what do we do? Oh no. All right, we're sorry. We'll put it in." And then it came with the season 4 battle pass, and I like the battle pass idea. It's really cool. Given 100 tiers, you can earn the tiers and then get all the new stuff from it and get skins
Right.
out of it, dances, gliders, spray paints, all that kind of stuff. And now they got a basketball one. You can just shoot some hoops if you want to
I
do.
know they got the golf one, basketball, the soccer.
Yeah, I know. And then
Pretty
the
nice.
golf carts. I love the golf carts. The
Oh
golf
my
carts are
god.
awesome because you can drift in them, and I love the
It's the
drifting
best
feature they
thing.
have.
And I like the boosting and how like the roof is considered is like a jump pad. So
Hmm.
like in reality you
Oh,
can
they
just
turned
like
that from like something that was like, okay, we can just drive, add something in that's drivable instead of the shopping carts. But no,
right,
they just went above and beyond with it and added it 4 seats, so all 4 players can get in it. You
right.
drift it, you can bounce off of it, and it's durable too, and you can jump off of high places with it.
I just like how
It's pretty
everything
fun.
they
It's
add
really
into
dope.
the game, like it fits into the game.
Yeah,
Even as weird as it is, like everything just fits. Like it just feels like it's supposed to be there.
yeah, 100%. It's like a cartoony type game, and they throw all that in to make that effect of it, and it's just I love it, dude. I do love Fortnite a lot. I don't love it as much as some people. There's a lot of people in here probably in the stream that love Fortnite a lot more than I do. Probably play it at an esports level, you know. And I don't know, man. I don't ever see Fortnite. Just to touch on your dying thing earlier, I don't ever see Fortnite dying anytime soon. Like I don't. There's
Amazing.
no way in chance that that game is gonna die within the
At all.
year, or
Zero.
even no, it's gonna eventually die out. But there's no way within the year and a half it's gonna die out because battle
I,
royale is such a popular type of game right now. Even Black Ops
understanding
4 has
it,
is bringing that
right.
in. So like you know,
That's exactly what I mean. Like understanding like what Epic Games has brought to us with Fortnite Battle Royale, and considering the fact that they have it's not just Battle Royale, they also have Save the World. I do see Epic Games and the game of Fortnite either coming up with a whole new different playlist other than Battle Royale or Save the World, just to keep the hype on the game of Fortnite itself. Like for example, to touch on, like you said, for Black Ops 4 coming in with the what they call Blackout, which is Battle Royale. Um, I just if they're for whatever, although we don't know all the specs on how it'll work on that game yet, we don't really have the gameplay. But if it does come out to like where the players on Fortnite do enjoy that, I do see Epic Games coming out with like not going out without a fight, and
oh
then
yeah,
just bringing something out
100%,
for the people.
100%. They H1Z1. It tried battling, lost. PUBG battling, lost. You know, the only thing I could see battling against it is Call of Duty. But what they need to do, they gotta make it free, man. Not the game
I know
entirely, just the battle royale. You gotta make it free.
exactly.
They're bringing a beta out. Now what they could now I know we're touching on Call of Duty, but this is battle royale in general. Um, what they could do with this beta is make the beta the main battle royale part that you can download, like Fortnite did.
Yeah.
Fortnite was pretty much a beta or an alpha, and then the early release is what they called it, and they made it the full game. And they don't have save the world. You can buy save the world. They should incorporate that.
Right.
Now, if you buy the disc, you get the full game, obviously. But if you download the Battle Royale, you can buy the full game digitally, or you can go pick it up at your GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, all those.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great way they can incorporate that. And I personally, I was gonna think about wins. Entirely, I have over 530 wins added all together. I used to grind the daylights out of Fortnite, man. I used to grind the daylights out of Fortnite. I've got a 110. I want to say somewhere in that area on solos. 200 something on doubles, and then 200 like 3 on squads. So yeah. That all adds together at 500 somewhere, so I mean
Realistically,
500 or 600, one of the two.
between Xbox and PlayStation, and like the two ones I have on PC, which is the same account as my PlayStation account. I only have like maybe 120 something wins. I mean, I only played with friends. I never really played Fortnite as like I've never really grinded Fortnite as a like trying to get W's or something like that. I just kind of like played with friends, enjoyed it. Of course, you want to win and get the W, but if it doesn't happen, I used to never be that kid that used to get pissed. Now I try to grind.
Yeah.
Now I try to grind and play, and sometimes I controller almost flies across the room.
Oh yeah, 100%. Mine today. There was that incident today. We landed at whatever the golf course is called. I forget what it's called. And I hit a kid for 8 in the head. It came back. It only happened once the whole day today, but I got hit in the 8 in the head, and he one-tapped me, and I just tossed the controller. I took this prized red controller and I just yeeted it out of here.
Some people don't understand how good the actual heavy shotgun is. Just to touch on that real quick. I do remember before season 5 started, I was just screwing around on my stream, and I was with one of my friends. His name is Dismal, and I don't know, for whatever reason I was dedicated to at least getting a kill on that shopping cart as we approached 2 people fighting.
Oh yeah,
So,
I seen that. I remember. I remember the clip. Yeah, that was fun.
We ramp up and one shot both of them. Now I don't know how weak they are, but they obviously still had a shield.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like just that heavy shotgun is pretty. If you can get your headshots up in a close distance, that's like a guarantee almost W right there if you can carry it throughout the game.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right. To move on, guys, we were talking about Black Ops 4 earlier. We're going to touch up more on that. Now, I've been wanting to talk about Black Ops 4 for a little while, and
Yes.
man, I'm hyped up for it. I have not been this hyped up for a game. I was hyped up for World War II, but not as hyped because I was like, if ands, asking all my questions, and it turned out to be the way I thought it would. Now, Black Ops 4, Treyarch, you do me good. So I love Treyarch. That's my favorite company. I love zombies. I love the multiplayer, and I liked playing campaign, but I love the new idea of ditching campaign and getting the battle royale mode in there.
Yeah.
And we'll touch up on the battle royale mode toward the end.
How I feel about what Black Ops 4 is trying to do is it's trying to, because honestly, you have your Call of Duty community, and if you really think about it, then you have like your Treyarch community. Like Treyarch has created a community around their zombies, around their multiplayer, and how amazing their campaign is. That like people like literally have an attachment to the company itself. So anything that the company like they could, I'm pretty sure they can make a bad game, but that community will back that game up.
Oh yeah, the Treyarch community, dude. It started out with BO1. BO1 fantastic, BO2 amazing, BO3 very good, and then BO4 there's no way, man. It just does. They don't disappoint. They bust out all these games. Their only bad game they ever had was Call of Duty 3, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that was their first game. And everybody's like, "Oh, this company sucks. It's trash." Even though Call of Duty was new, everybody's like, "Oh, they're gonna make these Call of Duties absolutely terrible." And then they released 3 bangers, and I mean top tier bangers. Like, and who says they're not gonna release a 4th? But of course, I know you got that pre-ordered. I got that pre-ordered. Everything's good to go.
I'm gonna get it pre-ordered soon here.
Oh, so
I do like,
but you won't.
No, not yet. Not yet. I do like the fact that the game just seems like they're trying to revive Call of Duty, because let's not lie, the scene has been dropping off a little bit. The hype for competitive has been dropping a little bit. But it seems like Black Ops 4 it's just incorporating a lot of things from the past Call of Duties that they've had. That is what made Treyarch into Black Ops 4, to, in a sense, revive it and just get everybody on the same level.
Yeah, 100%. And I've been watching these trailers recently. If you guys haven't seen the trailers, make sure you go shoot over there on YouTube and peep them real quick as we're talking, because they are not disappointing.
I could play the zombies one real quick.
Blackout. No. Just we'll leave it on hand. because we're in the cast. We'll let people go watch that. But if you haven't watched the trailers already, the Blackout trailer looking fantastic, and they're incorporating a lot of the old maps. They're putting them into Blackout, and then they're also saying that it's like 1,500 nuke towns stacked. And I was like,
Oh yeah, I've heard about
this
that.
map's gonna be big. But I've read they're only gonna allow 64 players.
I have two, which I
That's
don't
not good.
know.
That's not good.
Not
You
at
need
all.
to incorporate like a full 100.
Which
So I mean,
in a sense, when I first heard this, I thought it was crazy. Um, but what made me think, not think of that it made sense, but of to where why Call of Duty would do it, is the fact that they are adding air support, like air vehicles, land vehicles, and sea vehicles, um, which would be a lot towards the game. But I don't see why Call of Duty wouldn't be, or yeah, why they wouldn't be able to make a server in a sense that could handle all of that.
yeah, 100%. They need to have that. They need to have that prepared. They need to realize, okay, there's these games that are destroying us right now, and we got to be prepared to come back and hit them back where it hurts.
Although
So
I do understand that Blackout won't be their main source because multiplayer will always be the main thing that they want to focus on. I feel like Blackout is like that banger that they're adding to the game to not only get people who play Call of Duty on a daily basis, but people who will get curious and be like, "Oh shoot! Like here's another battle royale game,
I'm gonna
and
try it
it's
out.
got
Yeah,
all these vehicles." And
because
of
Realm
course, it being
Royale is a
Call of
new one.
Duty,
Realm Royale is a new one. A lot of people have been hyping up that game, as well as there's
I
another
seen it
one I
this morning.
forgot. It's kind of like H1Z1, but with I forget, like a PUBG build. And of course, the beta coming out, and then you've got they're gonna start out with the multiplayer beta, which if you guys didn't know when that comes out, it's gonna start out on August 3rd through August 6th. That's the first weekend, and then they're gonna stop it. They only do weekends, so then it's gonna go August 10th to 13th, and it'll be at like like 10 a.m., 6 a.m., wherever they usually do it at. So if you guys are curious, so you gotta go get your pre-order codes, put them in, get the beta. Everybody's gonna have the beta. Now multiplayer. I've seen they had a multiplayer trailer. Obviously, they showed all three of the
And the
blackout zombies,
review.
and now multiplayer's looking dirty. Multiplayer's looking really good. I don't like the system of healing yourself. Now they're switching to an Overwatch type theme of feel with the game, so you have a medic in the game.
Right.
But I don't see competitive switching to 5v5. So that means that one person will have to be medic, and they're gonna lose that one needed position maybe. So I don't know if they're gonna be able to stop the healing. I don't think that healing yourself was a good idea for multiplayer. That's the one fluke I see so far in this game. So I mean, other than that, the beta for multiplayer and the trailer for multiplayer are looking absolutely pristine.
To me, the multiplayer looks it looks like a Black Ops 3 just without the advanced movement.
Yeah. But there's that boost. You've seen that there's that boost.
Right. I've seen the boost, but that's for like what, sliding, right?
Yeah, mainly sliding and like a little bit of jumping, not too much though.
Right.
They're incorporating what they're doing. What I think is the plan with what Treyarch has. They want to bring advanced movement, but with boots on the ground.
Right.
So they're trying to incorporate both, test it out, see how we like it as a community. So I mean, just saying.
And something that looks more or sounds just more realistic. Like
yeah, 100%.
Like I've seen things where like they do have advanced movement in the World War technology, but that advanced movement, they're like exoskeletons that help us lift like heavy things. But
we have exoskeletons nowadays, but they're not meant for jumping. They're helping for lifting and movement and holding. There's a third arm one now that it's supposed to hold your rifle. So I mean, there you go.
Yeah, but I like the idea that they're doing. I can't wait. Like they just gave us the small parts of what we expect to hear, but on release day, I want to see what else there is into. They've got to be hiding something.
They have, yeah, 100%. They have to be. Now with zombies too. Let's talk a little bit about zombies, cause
Oh my
man,
god.
zombies is looking clean, man. I've been a long
So
time zombies fan.
good.
World at War was my first zombies game, of course. Loved playing custom zombies on that, and I love the BO3 custom zombies. Um, Big Easter egg fan. I know all the storylines on all maps. I've played every single zombies map. I like the fact that they're finally bringing back Mob of the Dead. It's called like Blood of the Dead or something like that,
Yeah.
and it's got the 4 original characters. Well, not the original characters. The version 2 of the original characters, the
Yeah.
origin guys, and I'm so hyped about that. And then we got the other characters. We got like 3 maps off the
Yeah.
start. Like how crazy
Hmm.
is that? We've got these 4 new characters in 2 maps. One's a Roman
Like a Roman Empire.
type,
Yeah.
type theme, which I like that idea. Maybe not have guns. We're probably gonna have like swords and stuff, and that'll be cool. And then we've got the ship one, which I think is really neat. It's like
Oh,
an
the
old school.
Titanic.
Yeah, is it the Titanic?
Yep, it's the Titanic.
I didn't know it was the Titanic. That actually makes me feel a little bit more happy now. It's the Titanic.
Yeah.
So you've got, if there's a big Easter egg where you hit the iceberg, and so like it's just really really cool what they're doing with zombies, man. I've seen the trailers, and if you haven't seen the trailers, you gotta watch them. I'm telling you guys,
It's
you've got to
insane.
watch the trailers. They're
It's a
so
lot of
friggin'
hype.
good. They're so good. They hype you up. They give you that little kid nostalgia.
And the Infected Tiger.
Oh yeah.
See the tiger?
Oh my God, the tiger,
God.
dude. That dude. Oh God, man, I don't have to fight an infected tiger, bro. Oh God,
I'm
it's gonna
thinking,
pounce on me, and then I'm gonna have like my pistol, and I'm not gonna be able to get to it. They're gonna have the game so VR type game, like it's gonna be like a VR type game. I'm not gonna be able to get to my gun, and I'm just gonna be like mauled to death. I'm going down, just sitting, laying down with my pistol.
I love what they're doing with the game, and I love the ideas that they're bringing. I just can't wait.
100%. I really can't. I really cannot wait at all. Um, Now, since we're on Call of Duty a little bit, we can talk about some World War II. To be fair, because man, I don't know. World War II, it's a definitely another Sledgehammer type game, and Sledgehammer's known for making terrible CODs, but good competitive CODs. Because AW, very good competitive game, very fantastic platform for competitive Call of Duty.
You know what?
Same as World War II, but I just
I'm
don't
not even
think.
gonna lie. Their multiplayer, like regular multiplayer, wasn't as bad. I mean, yeah, it could have gotten annoying at times, but it wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad as I expected it to be.
Oh yeah, 100%. I agree.
I did
And,
enjoy. I did enjoy like how they were like how
the
they
maps
introduced.
there needs to be more maps. They released that game
Yeah.
with so little maps,
Yeah,
and
I
then
didn't like it
they
at
had
all.
terrible maps. In my opinion, they made some pretty bad maps. I mean, what's that one map? Gustav Cannon. Like what the man?
I don't like
Oh,
it.
you can't be serious. You don't even have. You have ground war now. It's a ground war map, in my opinion. But for 6v6, that map is not. Ooh.
It's not. It turns into a really really slow game on the base game, other than search and destroy, TDM cap or kill confirmed. The only time I feel like that map somewhat runs smooth is maybe a CTF, which depends if anybody's even pushing, a Dom or a hard point.
Yeah, 100%. And like the reason I said that it's a Sledgehammer game is really because like to be honest, like man, Sledgehammer don't make good Call of Duties, but they make really good competitive Call of Duties. And I don't
Yeah.
think World War II is as good as Advanced Warfare was for competitive COD, but Advanced Warfare was a very top tier competitive COD in my opinion, and it was the peak.
Yeah.
It was the personal peak of my career. That and BO3 were my best games, and you know that. And
Yeah.
like just because we're gonna touch up on our past to just start that off pretty much. I'm gonna like guys, AW that like for example, my first big break was with a team called Vanquish, and really as soon as the game came out, I wasn't a big fan of it. I was like, oh, advanced movement, this is really weird. This is odd. Like this is crazy. Jetpacks and everything. But the BAL and the ASMR or ASM1, 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 no, No.
Oh,
No. 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 We're not doing that. No. But the ASM1 is it was a really good gun. I enjoyed that. It was the best SMG for that game, obviously. Uh but I mean, man, those days were awesome. Making it, like, for example, if you guys didn't know a little bit about my past, XL was there. I've been friends with
oh
him
yeah.
since I think about I want to say vividly 2014, 2013.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Um, pretty much, I had joined a team called Vanquish Esports alongside a man named I Rigby, Blitz Rampage, and Tara Drix. And we
Mhm.
stayed together for 9 months, and that was my best team by far. Best team. I had a BO3 team that was really good, but they did not top my AW team. We made two playoffs for MLG and one for UMG, and we won the MLG playoffs. And we placed top 3 in the UMG playoffs, and then we placed top 12 in the second MLG playoffs. And it was the 2015 MLG Winter Playoffs. I remember this every day, never forget it. And
Yeah.
man, let me tell you guys that sheesh, like I made so much of an earning off that, and then I decided to quit in IW, and really that's what caused my little bit of downfall, because I quit in IW. I only played MWR and like BO3 and like a Ghost before World War II came out, and really it just kind of killed it. And then I found casting, and as all of you know, your boy, that just saying, I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but toot toot. I'm the best damn pro caster there is. Period. End of story. Um, so yeah, that's really like a leading up to what really came to this, and then I started streaming again, and I joined Aspiration, which big shout outs to them, man. They're awesome. I love them. They're so their staff is amazing. The leader, awesome. Ace, I know you're in here. I love you, man. You're awesome. And enough about me. Let's hear a little bit about yourself. How you got where you are today. Why you stream, what you doing. Stuff like that. So just
All right.
I'll let you.
So basically, my very first Call of Duty game was World at War on the Wii. I actually didn't buy the game. My uncle was a part of the military, and he got stationed, and he left everything here. So I just found the game on the counter. I was like, oh, look, Call of Duty, but whatever. Like at that time, World at War had a lot of hype behind it, like a lot of hype. So I was like, sure, I'll put it in. I didn't know much about the game. I didn't know anything about the multiplayer. I just kind of I literally, like, the way it worked was, yes, I said the Wii. I'm talking to the chat. The way it worked was I played the game.
So what are you doing? The damn Wii? Excuse the language stream, but the Wii?
Hey.
Man, if you're gonna shout out Nintendo, at least throw in the GameCube. What you doing, man? What you doing? Nah, I'm gonna let you continue. Go ahead, man.
I was just chilling, and I
Somebody
found
clip
it.
that. When you start the stream, clip that. That was awesome. Good.
Yeah. So I played it in. I played the campaign, and I didn't know anything about the game. When did World at War come out?
2008. 2008. Yeah, 2008.
I was an 8-year-old.
2009.
Popped it in and played the campaign. I didn't really know much about it. So once I finished the campaign, I figured that was it. I never played multiplayer or anything until like years later. I was like, oh snap, there's a multiplayer to this. Like
Wii. I can't get over
my next game was Black Ops 1. After that was Black Ops 1. Again, I didn't know much about the game. I just enjoyed the game. I got it for Christmas?
Yeah.
And so then I played it, and then like after I finished the campaign, I was like, oh snap! My sister, her name's Victoria. I was like, Victoria, look, like there's multiplayer. I started playing multiplayer, and I played as just the default classes. And I noted, like, obviously when you play, you realize all these other people got different guns. I'm like, yo, how they got all these different guns? And then that's when I started to understand the game more, and that's how I kind of got into it. And I was just realistically, like, I'm not like trying to like talk good or like just think I'm the best or be cocky or whatever. I was just naturally good at the game.
Yeah, that I was saying that about AW. Like, I wasn't trying to be cocky, but we were pretty good.
And so then I started competitive When did I start competitive? Black Ops 2 is when I started competitive.
Yeah, with Justin. With Justin, man.
Yeah,
Or
Justin
not
was
aspiration, animation. Sorry.
animation.
Big.
Justin was pretty good
Oh yeah,
at
Justin
that
was
time.
really good. He retired on my birthday, on my 16th birthday. That's crazy. I'll never forget that. Man retired on my 16th birthday.
Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2 played competitive. Modern Warfare 3 I played a little bit of competitive as well. Um, and I never like saw myself doing as well. I mean, I guess I won games to play because I enjoyed competitive. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just an overall competitive person. Uh, Came along with you with Advanced Warfare. You had your team, but yet you still played with me and like Viper and Chaz. Um, and also in Call of Duty Ghost with you and me, Viper Chaz. I just did good. And Call of Duty Ghost and Advanced Warfare were my best Call of Duties ever. Um, I was I'll say this, in Advanced Warfare, when it came to playing like eights or against friends,
You're always the
I would
best.
shred.
You would
Like
shred anyone.
nobody wanted to go against me. Like nobody. But if it was like GBs, like when we'd go on MLG or UMG, I just couldn't carry my own weight. Um, but when it came to like running eights or playing with friends, I was just able to shred like crazy. And it's not that I was host. So like, I don't know why 4 GBs, I couldn't run the same thing. I just couldn't. I don't know.
Man,
Um,
if you want to be honest, you know you were really good at Ghost. To be fair, Ghost. I'm just gonna say this real quick, stream. I personally think Ghost is a really, really underrated game. It is a really underrated game.
I
People
agree with that.
hated that game so much, but it was so. There were so many good things about it, man. It didn't change a lot. The maps were good. The MTAR, Vector, and the
Vector.
Remington, and then the USR.
Oh my god, the
Oh my god,
Remington
dude.
is such a good gun.
I miss the Remington. I miss the Remington and
Remington.
the Vector. I loved the little time between IW and before World War II came out when everybody's playing Ghost again. I played so many wagers. Oh my
Oh
goodness,
yeah,
so many
Ghost
wagers.
was Ghost was an amazing game. I like yeah, you had your one dumb gun, which was the Bulldog, but like honestly, like that game didn't anger you. Like it just there was no like
Yeah, by far, I agree.
you couldn't die by like dumb things. Like
You
it was
could
just what it
internet. You could know
was.
by internet.
Other than that, right? Other than that, like things like gunfights weren't as unfair. Like gunfights usually made sense in that game. Like it's just an overall great game.
Yeah,
And then
100%. Top three favorite CODs. By the way, Ghost is not in there surprisingly, but my top three favorite CODs: Black Ops 2, MW2, and then probably gonna drop some BO3 in there. I really do love BO3.
oh yeah, BO3 is
Yeah, that's my top three, guys, right there. What's your top? I actually want to know your top three. What's your top three?
my top three. So my very top would be Ghost. I enjoyed Ghost very much.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
then would be Modern Warfare 2,
Wow.
and after Modern Warfare 2, it would be Black Ops 2.
Okay, that makes sense. I like you giving the big ghost drop. I like that. But that
I
was one of
love
your
Ghost. I don't
that was
know.
a good game for you. It really was.
Ghost was like I loved it, and if I could, if Ghost, like if it wasn't as dead right now, I'd go back to Ghost and stream on it. I
Oh,
would.
100%. I was streaming on it when it was between IW and World War II. It was awesome. I loved it. I loved playing the
I
tournaments and the
enjoyed
wagers
it.
again. It gave that nostalgia of 2013 again. I miss it. I miss it so
And
much.
I think the person who got me into streaming was Viper. He was like, "Hey, like, why don't we start like putting things online? Like we're pretty alright at the game." And I was like, "Screw it! Like, how do I do it?" And that's when before instead of buying the Elgato, I bought the HD PVR. I started off with the HD PVR. After the HD PVR, I then upgraded to the Elgato, and then I bought like a Blue Snowball microphone, which is still a good microphone. Like I'm not, that's not anything to be frowned upon. And the HD PVR, they both it worked perfectly fine. It's just one thing has more than the other. And then I bought the Blue Yeti, and
Yep. Yep.
I seem to be doing all right. I just need to be more consistent, and I just need to grind more.
Nothing
The,
beats my Astros, man. If you guys don't have a pair of Astros, what you doing, man? Unless
oh
you got those
yeah,
Turtle Beach tournament ones, nah, man. I gotta give, dude. Astros are my go-to.
I'm trying to
They are
upgrade.
so
I have the
awesome.
Astro 12, but I'm trying to upgrade mine.
All right. So, since we're on COD, guys, I'm going to go ahead and give a quick drop. Aspiration is hosting a 4v4 variant tourney on World War II. Grand prize being $50 to the winner. That's pretty good grand prize if you ask me. Yeah, it's casted by yours truly, Z Shadow GG, and my co-caster will not be XL, unfortunately. It will be Theory. He's one of the content managers for Aspiration. Great guy. Hails from the great country of UK, United Kingdom. He's United Kingdom a little bit, yeah. I like it.
Wasn't isn't that Australian?
No, no, no. But yeah, man. So we're hosting a tournament. It's gonna be casted July 28th. Sign up if you're in the stream and you're not signed up. I'm gonna get you. Okay, it's gonna happen. You better sign up. All right. Get on the registration and sign up. All right. Anyway, moving on. Just to drop this. Been hearing some intel, some rumbles within the COD team. I don't know what's going on there. No real, shouts or big anything. That just some rumbles. That's all I'm knowing, and a little bit of intel. So not gonna drop that anymore than what I know. So that's all I know. Nothing more. But with all that being said, we're gonna shoot on to the questions. So if you got any questions, anything to ask, go ahead and shoot them at us now. We're gonna get all the questions answered, everything put together, and we're gonna wrap them all up into a ball and just pow one at a time. So
any questions?
Any questions?
Doesn't even have to be
Hashtag AGCast. Ask your question, and we're good to go. And there you go.
And just so you guys know, the sign up for the tournament is right there in the chat. Aspiration GG. Go ahead. Went ahead and posted it. So click on that real quick, please, and sign up.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
First question we got, dealing with Fortnite. How do you feel about the new SMG changes? Personally, I did touch on that a little bit. I like the new SMG. I don't know about XL. He sounded a little bit controversial with the new SMG XL. But so yeah. But personally, me, I love the new SMG. I think it's really good incorporated. I like that's an MP5. I like the MP5 back in MWR. So I'm just saying. XL, what do you feel about it?
I do like it. I feel like it's not as powerful as the last SMG. But I do like it. There's nothing really wrong with it. I just don't find a reason as to why they did it.
Yeah, I feel ya.
But I guess it changes up the game a little bit.
All right, moving on. Question number 2. Do you think the shotgun change is helping the game advance at a competitive level, or do you think it is feeding in to helping new players? I don't know how to answer that, really, because I think the shotgun changes are solely because for so long in the game, you get the 8 pump tear.
I think what he's also talking about is double pump, being unable to now switch from a tack to a pump or from a pump to a tack, which in my opinion, I feel like he has a very good point if it's the point that he's trying to make. I believe that they're trying to help the newer players because, let's be honest. If there's a person who has no idea what they're doing, they're going to get double pumped and they're going to get shredded, man.
Oh, yeah, man. I feel you.
Out of nowhere and it's going to piss a person off.
Oh,
so
okay.
I do see it helping both. I do see it helping the new people and, of course, the competitive scene, but I see it helping the newer people more.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So that he really spoke for a lot of what I could say about it. Moving on to COD and BO4 questions. Is Treyarch doing it wrong by making the DLC paid for? Should they make it free like Battlefield? Well, I think they should. They're adding like a new season pass or something. I know I heard about that. So All I know, man, is my opinion on adding DLC maps to competitive. I know this was not the question, but my personal opinion about the DLC for competitive, they should send out. Now, this is my plan. Listen to this, because I personally think this is genius. Bring in all about 2 COD teams. Maybe the team is number 1 in the CWL right now. Just bring in a COD team or 2 or 3, and let them play the DLC map before you release it. Let them play all 4 maps. And if they're going to choose a competitive map, take that map out of the map pack. Already have a pre-made extra map to throw into it, and throw the DLC out, the map pack, for people that are play pubs and want the map pack, and then give the competitive map for free. So if
Right.
you get a free map, and there you go, and they just do that for every DLC, and it's productive. But to mainly answer your question, no. Ultimately, who would want them to make them pay for maps? Who would want to be making anybody pay for maps? So I think yeah, but they'd also lose money. So they'd probably increase supply drops, and a lot of less camos would be coming out. You would only have the half decent, half BS camos. So but yeah. So I mean, that's my opinion on that. And XL, if you have anything to add, then
You literally spoke for me.
all right. Moving on. Hashtag AGCast. What do you think Infinity Ward needs to do to be successful again? Okay, I'm really glad this question came up, because if Infinity Ward wants to be successful again, the thing that costed them the most was when they went bankrupt back in MW3. They went bankrupt. They lost all their most of their MW2, MW1, and MW3 people. They lost most of them, pretty much 90% of them, to Respawn, which Respawn was pretty much the same thing as Infinity Ward. It was just they all got fired and they got dropped and laid off.
Yeah.
Now, if they want to make a good game again, they need to bring those people back. It's been how many years since that happened? MW3 came out in 2011? It's been almost 7 years, 8 years.
Yeah.
Re-sign them, bring them back on, because I'm just
What are you gonna
saying,
do that?
if they do that, they can definitely make a good game again. MW2, the whole Modern Warfare series was good. Ghost was very decent. Now, Infinite Warfare was a bust. If anybody and everyone knows, Infinite Warfare was an actual bust. And that's all I have to say about that. So, XL, if you want to add on to anything, you can.
I just, in order for them to do that though, from what I think, they're gonna need some money. It's been quite a few years. I would like to think that the majority of those people already have a set job. So being able to do that and have the same exact team would mean to either pay out whoever may or may not be a different company, and of course pay them more than what they're already getting paid.
Yep, 100%, 100%. All right, well, moving on. Do you think the Gladiator in Zombies for Black Ops 4 is just going to be like the Warden in Mob of the Dead? Yes, 100%. There's no more.
And I hope
There's
so.
no better way to put it. I think that the Gladiator is just a modernized, well, not technically modernized, but a past, but also more modern because it's a new game. Warden from Black Ops 2. So yes, to answer your question, 100%.
I enjoy it, and I like that idea too.
And just a random question, hashtag AGCast, do you think if Realm Royale drops on console, it will take over Fortnite? Question mark. I don't know. I personally don't like Realm Royale. I know that's going to be shocking maybe a little bit for you to hear, but I've played it about 10 times. I just can't get into it, man. I think it's a very neat game for some people, but personally me, I'm just not a fan of it. Now, it could, but I doubt it, because Fortnite is the king of Battle Royale right now, so I don't see it being beat. XL, anything?
I don't think so. I don't see it at all. I don't see it taking over whatsoever.
All right, well, moving on again. Thoughts on Fallout 76? Hyped. Hyped is all get out. I love the Fallout series, big fan of it. Always have been a big fan of Fallout series. Been playing since Fallout 3. It's a good game. I'm very hyped for it. I don't know about XL. I don't know if he plays Fallout. So I think it's just really gonna be something that I can answer.
Yeah, I mean, Fallout does seem like to be a very enjoyable game. It does. I've seen from what I've seen. I've never played the game, but from what I've seen, it's just not my style of game. but it does look enjoyable, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a lot of components that's very interactive, and there's like a lot of different outcomes to the game. So, from what I've seen about Fallout 76, it does look good.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Now, let's go ahead and move on. I think this is the last question. Do you think BO4 competitive will be 5v5 now or still 4v4? I answered that a little bit, but I have been asked this before. It's very possible it could go to 5v5 because the game build is an exact, like, it's kind of like a copy and a throw out, like a redo and a revamp of Overwatch's style of arena and everything. So, do I think it's going to happen? Possibly. Now, would it be smart? Don't know. Because you're adding more to pay contracts, and Call of Duty organizations have to branch out. And 90% of them have branched out. Optic has a very decent CSGO team. They had a very decent Halo team, and they have a very successful Gears of War team. And a pretty decent Dota team. Who else? Who am I thinking of? FaZe, sorry. FaZe, very, very successful CSGO team. I don't think they have really anything going for them in any other games besides Overwatch. Their COD team, they've won a championship. I mean, they won a... there's the chances. They've won a tournament. They won the playoffs for Stage 1. And, I mean, there's nothing, really that would tell me that it could go to 5v5, but it's possible. It's been rumored, it's been hinted at, and it could happen. And by the way, real quick, if it does happen, Optic's picking back up Karma. Just saying. Clip me on that. It's gonna happen. We do have another question. Hashtag AGCast. What if Fallout 76 had a battle royale? Kappa Pride. Okay, if they had battle royale, it would blow up. Fallout's humongous. It would blow up. I don't know if it'd take over Fortnite, nice. But it would definitely be right there behind it. Because Fallout in a battle royale, oh my god, I can't even imagine it. It would be heavily awesome.
Destruction. That'd be pretty cool.
Good. Very, very good.
I'd like to see that idea. That'd be interesting.
100%. 100%. Pretty much. I don't think there's a lot more left to talk about. I do want to actually touch up. I did remember this. I do want to touch up on WEA. Now, if you guys did not know, XL does not know this. He has watched it. I originally had a talk show, and I was the caster for a arena called World Esports Arena, and they fell through. They fell apart. And if it wasn't for Ace being such an awesome owner and leader that he is, I wouldn't have been able to have my show back, but I got it back. And I've got my awesome co-host over here that way, XO with me now. So we're bumping in. We're doing pretty good. But to specify, just talk about that a little bit. I don't really know why WEA fell apart. The owner, Jim, completely got off. Doesn't even communicate. He deleted the Twitter, deleted the Discord, and deleted the Twitch. Got rid of all three, completely fell apart, and he just gave up, I guess. And I don't know why it happened, but just to touch up on that, Aspiration did ultimately win Season 1, Aaron being the MVP. And I mean, yeah, man, I don't know why it fell apart, but it did. It fell through, everything canceled out, and it's unfortunate. But we had a great season over there. Ultimately, the final came down to Aspiration and Deathwish. Deathwish, very good team. Scrutiny, arguably one of the best in the WEA. If Deathwish would have won it, the MVP would have most likely been him. But Aspiration took away with the 3-1 win, and they 3-2. Was it 3-2? No, it was 3-1. It was 3-1. 3-1. My apologies. 3-1, and Aaron, big ol' AR Aaron. Won the MVP for that Season 1. Awesome guy. Awesome team. They're doing big things over there. They got the playoffs coming up soon. Make sure you pull for them. But yeah, that's really all we've got over here on the AG cast. Quick shouts. If you didn't already, go check out our our shop. We have our apparel. If you haven't seen it, over on this side, you can buy jerseys, sweatshirts, hats, cups, car stickers. Awesome. It's an awesome place. Go check it out on our website. Will be a link in both the chat and in the description if we decide to post this on YouTube. Really not a lot more to talk about. Make sure you guys get signed up for that tournament that we are hosting. And that's really all I've got over here at AG Cast. XL, want to add anything?
Yes, sir. Just letting you guys know, for those of you here who would have gone, I just wanted to speak of not anything that I've experienced but of what I've witnessed. Just because you guys are doing good with the team doesn't mean go ahead and grind out the team 24/7 all the way through. So always keep your options open, not as in like backstab your teammates, but of course, if you do get a better offer and it's a legitimate offer, I advise you guys to go ahead and take that opportunity. That whatever it is that you guys are doing, just keep grinding. I know one of my buddies, he grinds day and night. Even though he works, he could be working at 6 in the morning. He's playing until 4 in the morning. He's coming back home, not sleeping and going to bed. And he just competed at the at Call of Duty Anaheim, and he performed very well. I will say, for it being his very first LAN tournament, he performed very well. But his teammates did not show up, and they did not have his back. So you never truly understand your teammates until you grind out. You hit a LAN tournament. So I advise you guys to keep grinding. Always step out of your comfort zone, and just keep going forward.
Good words. Good words. That's a good way to put it and into it. We're all done over here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am your boy on Twitter at ZShadowGG with my man XL. If you want to plug him, it's EX3LX.
Yes,
So yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We appreciate it here at Aspiration. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at AspirationGG. That's it. That's all we got. I want to thank everybody yet again for coming out.